Hey guys, I am back in a weird place to do an unboxing, but don't let that trouble you guys. We got Battlbox, probably the smallest Battlbox I have ever seen, but it is here and we are ready to do this, so I'm excited. I hope that you're all excited. We're gonna skip all the other stuff we might normally do. We're gonna get right into this box because I am pretty excited. I'm just curious what they could put in a box that's this small, you know? Unboxing knife is the Southern Grind Bad Monkey. So, I've already heard some people say they're kind of disappointed with this box. I guess we'll find out why. So, yeah, I'm also doing this in a weird angle. I'm going to do my best. So we've got EDC 3.0. One of my first, I think it was actually my second or third battle boxes ever was the EDC 2.0. I liked a lot of the stuff that was in the EDC 2.0. I actually have a bag right here next to me. And my favorite light, it's part of my EDC kit, the M1X Striker from Olight, came in Battlbox EDC 2.0. Let's get into this. We're looking at Mission 43 EDC 3.0. And here's, oh my god, once again, all the words. All the words. Okay, so I always explain this just in case people are not familiar with how Battlbox works. So there are 4 different levels of Battlbox that you can subscribe to. The basic level up to the advanced, the pro, and then the pro plus. Now what's different between the pro and the pro plus? Only that the pro plus comes with the knife of the month. I'm into the knife of the month, so I am always unboxing the pro plus. The pro plus contains everything on this entire card. So if you were to get the advanced, for example, you'd get everything in the basic and everything in the advanced. You get the pro plus, you get everything, the knife of the month, and everything that comes before it. We've got the monthly subscription amount, but then we also have the MSRP value. You know, they say the value of something, that's MSRP. I know that a lot of people are able to find this stuff for cheaper very often, and we expect that, but these are MSRP numbers here, so I'll make sure I reference MSRP whenever I talk about the value of something on here. So let's get started right away with Mission 43 for September of 2018 with EDC 3.0, starting with the basic box. Subscription to basic costs you $24.99 a month. This month they say the value MSRP for the basic box is $59.33. The only piece of literature in the box today is a $12 coupon code for Olight. I love Olight. I've done a few reviews for Olight. Did I mention? I love Olight. So starting with the first item in the basic box, we've got the Speedy Sharp Knife Sharpener Ferro Rod Striker for $9.95. And that is going to be here. So here we have the Speedy Sharp, world's fastest sharpener. Really? Okay. I'm just going to put this here for a second. Anybody who wants to take a look at it can. Freeze frame, screenshot, whatever. I know it's probably pretty small text. Okay. Let's get into this. I'm going to use this old Boker Magnum folding kukri that I have to test this thing out. This, by the way, I have some plans to refurbish this and make it look pretty for the giveaway if anybody's interested in that. So according to the instructions here, basically, I guess you're using this as a, I don't know, take a look at that, guys. Just take a look. It is basically a hardened, I'm not sure what it is, steel, tungsten, who knows. It's something on the end of this. So this is the sharpener. That is it. According to this, you just kind of hold it. I can feel you can definitely feel it doing some edge scraping. Can you see anything being taken off there? I don't know if you can. The lighting in here is not so great. And then we do it on the underside too. I have no idea, I mean, if this, you know, how effective this works long term. Now, $9.99 I think seems a bit much for a product like this. Maybe a little cheaper, and we'd have something really going for us. But so off camera there, I just did about 3 more passes, you know, 6 each side. I can tell that this blade is getting a little bit sharper. It's still not, you know, slicing level sharp yet. This blade was pretty ruggedly used on deployment, just messing around. I think it's effective at what it does, and I get it that it's a small pocket-sized item, but I think there are probably more effective pocket-sized sharpeners than this that are kind of more traditional, we'll say, and don't require really getting used to a different kind of use. This was a pocket, you know, whetstone or something, or even a diamond stone, you know, you'd have this whole surface. And I think that's probably more efficient in terms of time and what you're doing with your knife than just this little thing. But anyway, so first item out of the gate, we're putting in meh. I'm going to put the meh pile right here. It's kind of disappointing, but oh well. Next, we're looking at the Lighter Bro Classic Black for $13.99. When I was unpacking everything and putting in their piles, it kind of struck me, this looks very similar to something that we saw recently in Shit Hits the Fan box. Not the most recent, but the one before that, where they had a little lighter knife. This looks like a slightly fancied up version of that, but it looks like the same basic concept there of you put your lighter in it and it's got some other stuff. The one in Shit Hits the Fan was much more reasonably priced than this. Oh, but this one comes with a sticker, so there you go. Got a little lanyard deal. Now, the one that came in Shit Hits the Fan had a clip. You could put it in the pocket. This looks like it is for a full-size lighter. I don't have any Bic lighters around. I just happened to get lucky with somebody had one there, so I can't really put one in here for you right now. But let's take a look at the tools. So got this blade. It is not a one-handed opening item like the Shit Hits the Fan one is. But it's a blade, and it's slip jointy. So would this be viable in England? I don't know. I'd have to measure. And it's got some scissors on it. Which, you know, I'm not sure how effective these are. These have never done very much for me on like a Swiss Army knife or anything like that. But that's what you've got. You've got one blade and you've got a pair of scissors. Well, it needs a little bit of help. You know, it's certainly not sharp to the point where you can just let it cut itself, but you give it a little draw along, and it cuts fairly well. This edge would be really nice, I mean, in terms of sharpening and maintenance. I mean, just really easy. Actually, you know what? It gives me a perfect idea. Alright, let's see if that improves it any. Well, it actually does, because now this is such a light blade. Not great. I mean, it still needs more work, but I think this is also going to go in meh. Yeah, so the scissors cut, but I mean, they're so small. I don't think it's as good as the one that came in the Shit Hits the Fan box, and I wasn't a big fan of that. But it does have a Lighter Bro sticker. Stickers, right? The one that came in Shit Hits the Fan box was a lot cheaper than this. I think it was probably like half the price. So I definitely don't see $13.99 for this. But I don't set those prices now, do I? So 2 items in meh in the basic box right off the bat. We're not doing so well here. Next, we're going to go to the Exotac free key system for $6.49. You guys didn't see that at all. Next, we're going to go to the Exotac free key system for $6.49. Exotac makes good stuff. I bought a few different items from Exotac on Massdrop, and I've been pretty happy. So, what is this? This is a keychain. Oh joy! It's a keychain. What do? We squeeze. Squeeze here to try. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see what we do here. Kind of a pain to get it off the cardboard with the keys there, but okay. So it's a big keychain. Kind of key ring actually. And you squeeze to open it up instead of having to fight, which is, you know, kind of cool. Helpful if you're carrying a lot of stuff around, I guess. So basically it is almost a slinky. Comes with these 3 key rings on it. Now these are just regular, you put keys on these things, they're just, these are just regular old key rings that you still have to fight with. And it doesn't do anything besides that. I gotta say, I gotta... Key rings is not what I'm getting Battlbox for. That's gotta go right and don't like it. I mean, this is something that I would, you know, at a hardware store would be up on the counter, you know, and it would be like, oh, okay. I'm not into it. But that's flat out, this is straight up don't like it stuff right here. That's just, that doesn't belong in Battlbox. Whatever, alright. Another Exotac item, though. The Exotac B-More 380 magnetic quick release keyring for $16.95. Now I've got another keychain for, wow. Okay. Alright. So I guess it's a 380, you get it. It looks like a 380 bullet. Right? And this doesn't even come with a key ring. Like, so this is, okay. Now I actually have something like this. I forgot who I got it from. The one I have, is the magnet is phenomenal. And I'll show it to you in a minute after I open this up. I know it's not Exotac. I forgot who makes mine. But see, now you've got a bullet, and you can quick release that. And this would, so that, let me show you the one I've got. And I keep it on here all the time. So it's very similar, except it's not shaped like a bullet. It's just 2 magnets. And I use that for my little blade holder here that I got from Mastrop, from Tech Army. I mean, and that's basically it. That way, I use this thing so much in the shop, I can just pull it off without having to take it from the keyring and then snap it back on. So this is the same thing in theory, in concept. You can just take that off and then snap it right back on. So this, unlike this, is just a regular keyring. This is something you'd put on your keyring or on a keychain or whatever. This would be useful. I think it should come with another ring over here, but I'm still going to put it in meh. This one was less money, no gimmicks, works like a champ every single time, and it came with both the key rings on it. So we're going to put this one in meh. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. And then finally, in the basic box, God, my good energy has been sucked out by this box. The Battletech, and now that is a brand that is owned by Battlebox, mind you. Battletech DUT Daily Utility Tool for $11.95, and wouldn't you? It is exactly, maybe not exactly. It's a little blade holder. Thank you for packaging it in a way that you don't need a knife to get into it. This one is lighter, so I'm guessing that one's aluminum. This one is titanium. Got this, what they call their grenade-inspired design. You can see kind of frag grenade-ish, old World War II style on there. The blade, no, the blade is not spring-loaded or anything. There's also nothing that holds it in place. So let's talk pros and cons on this thing. Number 1, huge pro. This uses standard number 11 blades, so you can get replacements dirt cheap just about anywhere you go. Alright, I like that. Number 2, it is easy to use because you just slide it back and forth. And this is in contrast to the Mech Army one I have. It is definitely lighter than this one. I work in the shop where I'm always cutting things, I'm always fitting things. This literally every single day is in my hand being used. This also uses a really weird, unique sized blade, so that's kind of a pain in the butt. This one does lock the blade into place, but you've got to unscrew it, you've got to put it in the position you want it, and then you've got to screw it back down. It's, you know, a little bit more of a process to use, but now I have this blade locked, so I don't have to worry about it moving around on me or anything like that, whereas this one is just basically, I mean, it's friction only, so it slides all around. Now, if you're not worried about, you know, having your blade locked in place like this, it means that when you're cutting, you've basically got to keep your thumb there pushing that knob the whole time to do your cutting. I like to not be able to do that. I like to be able to use my hand to fully stabilize this, get some really nice straight cuts. I love this tool though. This has been great. And you can change the blade on this without having to disassemble the whole thing. You just unscrew that, the back comes out, put a new blade in. This, it would look like, yeah, you've got to basically unscrew everything to replace the blade. There's no way to get at whatever's holding the blade in without taking the whole thing apart. Fortunately, these screws are T6, so easy, convenient to get at. There's this one little plastic switch knob, whatever. Take your number 11 blade out, replace it with a new one, put the knob back in, and then you get to close everything up and rescrew your screws. So, not a terribly complicated process, but it's nice to not have to take the whole thing apart to replace the blade on my Mech Army one, although it does involve unscrewing the knob and everything. This is a fraction of the cost of my Mech Army one, so I like this. I think this is a good value. I think this is a useful tool. That's going to go in the like it pile right up here. I'm glad we finally got at least one like it in the box. What I probably will do, what I would do is take the meh here, put this on it, and do the exact same thing with my Mech Army, and then, you know, kind of swap them out a little bit. Give this one a try in the shop, cutting hydrographic foam and all sorts of other stuff for a little bit, just to see how it does. But that one's not bad. And for the price, again, not bad at all. Less than $12. So that's everything that comes in the basic box. Basic box is done. And what an abysmal ratio we've got here. One, just don't like it. 1, 2, 3 mehs, and I like it. Moving into the advanced, here's something I'm probably going to like. The Olight S1 Baton Flashlight. And Olight usually packs stuff with a battery. Yay. So here's your Olight S1 Baton. Small handheld light, so again, EDC-wise, great size. So let's take a look at this little... Oh wow, that's it, huh? That's the whole thing. I thought it would be a little bit bigger than this. I thought maybe it went down into there, but that is it. Looks like it's got a magnetic base, but you have one disposable, non-rechargeable CR123A battery, and you've got your standard lanyard wrist strap for Olight. So this is really small. This is EDC 2.0, this is EDC 3.0. Right there on the side of the flashlight, it shows you which way the battery goes in, so you don't put it in upside down like a moron like I just did. We've got 4 modes, we've got 1 button. Never my favorite setup, but if you just hold this down for 1 second, that gives you your moonlight mode. Now, exactly how many lumens that is, I don't know because it doesn't say. If you hold this button down, it's going to cycle through your different modes. So low, medium, and then high. From the off, if you double click, it takes you right to high. It has a memory, so it knows what mode you turned it off on. So I've got it on low power now. It's got a memory, so it will bring you back to whatever mode you turned it off on, which I do like, which is a great feature to have if you've only got the one button that controls modes and on and off. But from any mode, when it's off, double click, and you're going straight to your high function. Then while it's on, triple click, and that brings you to your strobe. Now this has a max of 500 lumens. It's IPX8, so at least 30 minutes at 1 meter of water. I mean, super lightweight. I can't even feel this thing really. I mean, it's nothing. Survives a fall from 1.5 meters. Gives you about 110 meter distance that throws down light. You can replace the standard battery with a rechargeable one if you want, but you can't recharge it from outside, so it's got to be taken out and recharged. It's got a pocket clip that allows you to attach it to the bill of a hat, so you can do that if you want, make it hands-free. For EDC use, like when you've got just your pockets on you, cool little light from Olight. And you know, Olight makes some of the best handheld light products in the world as far as I'm concerned. So this is definitely going straight in the like it pile. Even though it's very small, I'll find a lot of good uses for it. Or it might end up in a giveaway, who knows, you never know. Then also in the Advanced. The Advanced, by the way, I should have said before, subscription is $49.99 a month. We've got the Exotac EDC roll, and this is a Battlbox exclusive for $19.99, which is this guy. Nice smell on the leather though, the leather strap. Some of you might know this, some of you might not. A lot of times when you're traveling and you've got, you know, you want to bring some of your favorite knives with you, you have a roll. I have a roll like this that you can unroll and it stores your favorite stuff very nicely. So this is an EDC roll. I've never seen an EDC roll. I don't know if it's the same thing, but basically, well, I guess it is kind of. So you can put a knife in it. We'll put our flashlight in it. We'll put another flashlight in it. Oh, this one's kind of big. And then maybe, because we're really cool, we're going to put one more knife in it. So the idea of this roll is that you fill it up with all the things you want, and then you roll it up. And this is how you can travel. Now, when they say an EDC roll, this is not the kind of thing that you're going to keep in your pocket. I guess you could put it in a cargo pocket if you want to travel a lot of stuff. These things tend to get heavy if you've got, you know, multiple knives and multi-tools and all that stuff. But this is not a bad little traveling kit. Yeah, I don't agree with it for EDC use. Like, you're not going to, like I said, EDC to me is stuff you carry around on you. This is not something that I would probably carry around on me. But for traveling purposes, this is a great way to protect a lot of your stuff. Pack it up nicely, throw it. I recommend, you know, you put it in a boot, in a suitcase or something, or a shoe, so TSA doesn't get too, well, let's face it, there's always stories about things going missing in stuff that TSA has checked, right? I usually pack my knives and stuff in rolled up socks or in shoes or things like that. So, not a bad way to travel. I kind of like this one. It's got a nice look to it, kind of classy looking. I'm not sure what would make this an EDC roll versus just like a knife roll or something like that. But I like that it's fully adjustable. I like that it's got not just the main pockets here, but the little pockets on the top. That's pretty cool. So, how much do they say it costs? $19.95. Not bad price. Not a bad price for something like this. Spyderco sells one that is more expensive just because it has their name on it. I've got another one, I can't remember who makes it, but so again, a good way to protect some of your cool gear when you're traveling around. So we'll put this one in the like it pile. I should say also, not bad, like if you are EDC, you want to carry it around with you. If you're out hiking or whatever, you have a small pack, this could easily fit in that pack, no problem. Alright, so that's cool. We finished off the Advanced box with a total MSRP value of $124.27, both like it's. So alright, we're kind of coming back here. Let's look into the Pro box. So the Pro box is going to cost you $99.99 a month. Looks like there's only one item in it. Real Steel makes some nice knives. Real Steel G5 Metamorph. It's an exclusive Battlbox limited edition color. Ooh. But the MSRP there is $69.99. I've reviewed some real steel knives before. They were nice. In a real steel knife, you're going to get this cool thing that has all the specs right there. If I can hold that really still for a minute, saves me the text. Okay. Oh, that is nice. The weight on this, it's got to be aluminum. It feels like aluminum. The anode job is aluminum, but it's aluminum all throughout. I mean, it's a metal all throughout knife. There is no moving the clip around at all. It's a very slim knife, though. The weight, it feels like it's almost nothing. What do they say it weighs? I don't have my glasses on. Can I even see this? 2.65 ounces, yeah. Very simple, minimalist construction, but I really like it. And it looks like it's got one of those very non-traditional flippers. Wow, that is nice. The only problem with real steel, for a lot of people, is that they use Sandvik steel. They use 14 C28N a lot, which a lot of people don't respect as like a real high-end steel. I mean, it's not a real high-end steel, but it's a good, well-priced steel. But this is nice. I like this. Very simple, very lightweight. I'll have to get used to this. Pretty unique blade shape, though. Take a look at it. Now, grippy-wise, all right, so as EDC knives go, I want mine to have a little bit more of a grip, but this could possibly fit into the gentleman's folder category just based on like the kind of elegant, clean lines and everything. It is a very nice knife, though. It really is. This lock feels, I can't describe it. It really has a nice feel to it. And the opening is really kind of crisp and clean. Oh, see? That's the thing. You don't have to move this blade at all. You just let it fall, and it wants to slice stuff. The P-cord, pull right through like nothing. Slicing even more of nothing. I mean, it's great. I can't do the lock test right here, but the truth is, take a look at how well seated that lock is. It's at about a little less than 50%, but it's, you know, it's really well seated, and I've had experience with real steel. I'm not worried about their lock failing in any way at all. Tell you what, I see that the knife of the month is a CRKT. I might have put the real steel, if this is what they're going to throw in there, as the knife of the month, and made the CRKT the other way around. But whatever, this is a great knife. This definitely in the like it pile. I can't wait to carry this around and get used to that flip a little bit, but really just try this knife out a little bit. It's super light. Oh, and that is it. That is it. So our Pro MSRP value is $194.26, and that leads us right into the Pro Plus, the knife of the month, which I guess is a twofer, because, you know, we got one knife and one something else. So we've got the CRKT Crossbones and Viva combo with a total cost of $79.99. So that means that neither one of these cost that much. I generally don't like these kinds of things. I would have rather had them spend the money on, frankly, a better knife of the month. But, you know, I haven't seen the Crossbones yet, so I'm not going to talk shit about it. I honestly don't know. It turns out the Viva is a mod design, which is really cool. So, according to the card and the specs, you've got a flathead screwdriver right there. You've got a bottle opener right there. We're going to accept this bottle opener because it's not part of a knife. Black wash finish, they list as one of the tools and features on there. Obviously, you've got multiple wrench sizes in there. And I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but this would make a formidable self-defense kind of thing. Like a good hit to a pressure point with that, that would probably send somebody reeling back a little bit. Even if you just kind of use this as a lonely little knuckle, you're gonna hurt yourself a little bit, but that's gonna hurt the other guy too. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but this is more of like a pocket clip kind of thing. But you know, you've got the Viva, and I'll have to put in text, you know, how much I can find this for on Amazon. I'm not into these kinds of tools though, I'm really not. So this will probably be in the giveaway if anybody is interested in this. I might have to split up the knife of the month right now because, you know, it's two different items. Let's take a look at the crossbones. I've seen this, and you get your standard CRKT literature. I've seen this on Amazon. I've thought about it. I never went so far as to actually order it. This is also a very light knife. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any specs right here like I do with the real steel, so I'm going to have to put that all in. But it's actually fairly similar in terms of design. Like the grippiness to it. It's got an interesting shape there. Nice two-tone finish. Deep carry clip, but kind of a small one. But it also goes nowhere, so this is a no soup for you kind of knife if you don't like tip up right hand carry. Let's see, so we've got a flipper there, and I'm wondering, so push button? Not really. But great light switch, wow. Great light switch type flipper. Centering, perfect. Nice detent, I mean, perfect detent. Comes out easy every time. Very thin handle though. I am not a fan of thin handle knives. Very thin handle. I guess though, for like just a small pocket carry though, not bad. Very wicked looking blade. I'm sure it's got good utility purpose, but some people could find scary. If you want that, you know, this is something that is not a utility looking knife. This is like a little miniature sword right there. And like the real steel, great edge right out of the box. Let's find the end of this big red mess. Pull through, it's actually a better honed edge out of the box than the real steel is. And that was just remarkably easy. I can't even tell you. I'm going to try that again on another one because that just felt like absolutely nothing. That was great. So while it is kind of a thin knife, the handle's big enough for big hands to grip fully. It's not going to disappear, get lost in your hand. It's got CRKT's bearing system, which is actually pretty good. Lock up out of the box, pretty good. You've got plenty of life there. Again, I can't really test this that well where I'm at right now, but very light knife. Very light carry choice. Kind of a long blade, although, you know, the truth is I don't know if it's as long as it looks just because the knife is so skinny. Again, when I put the text in, I'll know. But nice knife actually. I'm kind of surprised. Really love the flipping action on this one. Very light touch, but strong. You can tell that detent is put in there just perfect. So, in a weird twist, something that's never happened before, we've never had like a two-prong knife in the month. So I'm actually gonna have to put the Viva in the meh while the crossbones goes into the like it pile. I get it why so many people have been disappointed with this box. I think there was a lot of wasted opportunity right here. I think that there's a lot of really cool EDC type things they could have put in this box. And I'm not going to go and say I would have done this better or I could have done this better. I don't know what their sourcing is like. I don't know how hard it is for them to or how far in advance they plan these boxes. But I definitely understand why some people were not happy with this box. In the end, the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the like it pile. 1, 2, 3, 4 in meh, and 1 in don't like it. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think? Do you put things in the same kind of piles as me? I always ask that question. I'm always curious. How do you guys rack and stack what came in this box? Would you have put it in the same place? What would you guys love to see in the giveaway from this box? What don't you want to even see in the giveaway from this box? You know what? I could see why people were let down by this. I mean, I was hoping for a big, fancy, like after the last box, like a big comeback. I like the items in here, I do, but I want them to have a real big comeback box real soon. I really do. So anyway, check out the links in the video description. First one, link to my Patreon page. I've gotten a few new Patreon team members lately. You'll also see links to my Facebook page, Email addresses, you know, if you want to get in touch with me. Facebook is always my preferred option, but you can always send an email to me. Q&A video, hoping to get one out soon, so send an email. If you have any question at all you want answered, I will answer any question to QuestionsForDocP@gmail.com. I will get another Q&A video out as soon as there's enough questions to answer. You guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.